Hi everyone, another contemplation on the nature of change. If you look at a child and you look at an elder, you can see that change molds the very fabric of character and of personhood and of life. And conversely, when you look at history, you can see how empires rise and fall, how life shifts in many different ways. But what kind of change is needed for life now, here, for us, for you? What kind of change can you inspire within yourself? What kind of change can be activated within you in order for you to have the capacity to dream a life where things change? And change towards what? What is the future we want to see? What is the life we want to see? What is the outcome we want to see for this planet, for our families, for our communities, and for all of life? And so this is a provocation on putting our beings in the right direction towards the change we wish to see as a species. And so let's provoke this question and let's sit with what comes up. So when we look at the world, we see that we are running on renewable resources, non-renewable resources. We see that there is more pollution, there is more toxicity, there is more crime, there is more poverty than seems like ever before. And at the same time, there is more corruption, there's more addiction, there's more denial, there's more blame, there's more shame than ever before. So recognizing that we live in a collective consciousness, recognizing that we live in a collective mind field, what is needed is a change in the collective consciousness. And this is a contemplation to maybe put the dots together and to ask those questions as to what the collective psychic membrane needs to change. Back in pre-Renaissance times, they didn't understand the laws of perspective. So artworks would be very flat, very 2D. And then someone realized that we live in a third dimensional time-space matrix of reality, and there is a horizon line. And conversely, the psyche and collective consciousness changed, the art changed. People went, wow, we've never been looking at it like this before. So we can see that through history, as there are certain insights and revelations that come, the collective psyche changes, and we go, aha, there's a better way. There's a better alternative. There's a better possibility for us as individuals and as a species. And so when we look at the collective consciousness and ask those questions, we can begin to see that this collective consciousness is maybe not running the best state of being, the best understanding of life that it could. And so the work is in the shifting of that collective consciousness. And so how does a collective consciousness get formed? Well, it gets formed through belief systems, through ways of being in the world, through agreed upon paradigms of reality that interface with the mind, body, and energy of people creating the life stream that is their being. And for you to tell someone that they're living in an illusion is very provocational for most people who are unwilling to examine themselves, let alone question why they're suffering and why life is not really so sweet for them. And so this provocation is to provoke people to do the inner work for themselves. No one can do that inner work for yourself but yourself. No one can understand you like yourself. And this is the opportunity that we have to evolve our consciousness and our mind through inner work, through inner healing. The healing that comes when we tend to those psychological spaces within us where we are living in uncertainty and doubt and insecurity and fear. and to rectify that through inner knowledge, inner experience, inner comprehension, inner insight that has the capacity to transform us from the inside out. Yes, we live in a collective illusion. Yes, we're living in a world where we're in complete denial over the nature of what life is and the impact that we're leaving on the planet. But change will only happen when individuals seek to realize their own truth, when individuals seek to realize their own true beingness from the inside out. And until that point, we will be living and creating a world that is becoming more toxic and corrupt. I hope this message prompts you to examine yourself and to look deep within yourself in order to find out who you really are.